Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the Las Vegas weekend for Cup, Xfinity and the Truck Series. This was also the first Las Vegas race on the schedule. There will be a second one I think sometime during the playoffs. But before we get into the results, let's first talk about next week's scheduled race, which is at Phoenix Raceway for Cup, Xfinity and the ARC Series, which I won't cover. So Friday, March 8th at 3:30 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time will be practice and qualifying for the ARC Series. It will not be on TV. 5:05 p.m. Eastern Time will be practice for the Cup Series. That'll be on FS1, MRN, and Sirius XM. Then at 8 p.m. Eastern Time will be the ARC Series race for the running of the General Tire 150. That'll be on FS1 and MRN. Saturday, March 9th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And at 1 p.m. Eastern Time will be practice and qualifying for the Xfinity Series race. FS2 and Sirius XM will be where you can watch practice and qualifying. At 2:10 p.m. will be qualifying for the Cup Series. That'll be on FS1 and MRN Sirius XM. And at 4:30 p.m. will be the Xfinity Series race for the running of the Core811.com Every Dig Every Time 200 on FS1. MRN and Sirius XM. That is maybe the worst naming rights of a race I've ever heard in my life, other than beef is what's for dinner. Sunday, March 10th will be the Cup Series race, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, for the running of the Shriners Children's 500. That'll be on Fox, MRN, and Sirius XM. So let's now have a look now at the Truck Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at Las Vegas is Roger Caruth. And then we have Tyler Ankrum, Corey Heim, Taylor Gray, Christopher Bell, Christian Eckers, Matt Crafton, Zane Smith, Granite Finger, and Ty Majeski ran out of the top 10. And Jake Garcia, Brent Holmes, Ben Rhodes, Connor Jones, and Kyle Busch ran out of the top 15. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff really happened in this race, which may, obviously, yes, people will really think it's boring, but it was actually some great racing. I love battling for the lead, especially going 3 wide, side by side throughout the entire track. But there was one issue, that being the caution. The first caution came out on lap 5, I believe. Lap 5, lap 8. Why? Because Bailey Curry spun out and the truck and like part of like the bed from the truck fell off. Oh, okay. Okay, it's Bailey Curry. Oh god. Jesus. That was
Great job by these other competitors
It's lap 3. It's lap 3.
For Bailey Curry. Remember, he was the one last week. He lost part of his roof in the middle of the race.
Seriously, it's lap 3. And we're already. Oh my god.
running into 12th spot, so he's running, running halfway decent.
Okay, now the truck bed's gone. Why is it always Bailey Curry that loses stuff? This team cannot catch a break. I mean, I mean, like I said in the video, first in Atlanta, the roof fell off, and turned into a convertible. Now the truck bed fell off. Like, how much bad luck do you have to be in a team that the weirdest things happens to you? Like, I don't think a roof falling out of anyone's truck or car, or mainly like at all. No, like I swear, I don't think anyone, that has never happened before. The truck bed, I'm pretty sure that's happened before a couple times, but it's still just really unlucky, especially like the crew members as well on Curry's truck. They were just so dead. They were so tired from just the amount of stupidity and the amount of bad luck that they have to have this is pretty depressing. But either way, it was that's kind of like a main caution. I think like Dean Thompson hit the wall as well, which caused a caution for some stupid reason. I think it's like it wasn't like full on like ARCA Truck Series moment. It was just good racing, and it was really entertaining, great to watch. I mean, there was some strategy involved. I mean, yes, there was green flag pit stops, but that only came in stage 3. So there wasn't a lot of strategy involved. It was kind of just racing and just running to see how much. Either Kyle Busch, Ty Majeski, and Nick Sanchez, I think all 3 of them got penalties each. I think there might have been one more, but I can't actually remember who the other driver was. But all those got penalties, and you can see Busch got 15th, Majeski got into the top 10, and then Nick Sanchez, he finished out in 17th, but massive congratulations to Roger Cruz. He absolutely deserves it. This was maybe his best race I've ever seen. I mean, he had some great moments last year when he was with GMS, but this year he has turned it up big time. I mean, I am extremely happy for him, and he was running in the top 5 for the entire day. So massive congratulations to Roger Cruz and the whole Spy Motorsports team. They absolutely deserve that win. Let's now have a look now at the other finishers outside of the top 15. Yeah, not a lot, I'll be honest. I mean, I mentioned Sanchez. He finished down 17th with a penalty. True freezing. Pretty sure he had like a right front tire down or something, so he had to pit. So he had to do a unscheduled pit stop. I think Lane Riggs might have been the other driver to basically to get down that penalty. And it's also the first time that Lane Riggs has actually got to more points more than 1 point as well, I'm pretty sure. So that's I guess something to hooray about if you're Lane Riggs, but still you need more improvement, but whatever. Ty Dillon, he had a couple times when he went down the pit road, the hood was up. Not really too sure what happened to Dillon. Bailey Curry, like I mentioned before, he actually finished 28th, which is not too bad. Matt Mills, I think he hit the wall somewhere. He finished down 31st. Like I mentioned, Dean Thompson in 30th. And down in last place is Timmy Hill, who had a electrical issue on lap 75. So let's now have a look now at the Xfinity Series results. The winner of the NASCAR Xfinity Series for the running of the Laguna 300, is John Hunter Nemechek. And then we have Cole Custer, Chandler Smith, Austin Hill, Riley Herbst, AJ Allmendinger, Ryan Sieg, Sammy Smith, Brandon Jones, and Justin Allgaier are in the top 10. And Parker Kligerman, Eric Almirola, Corey Heim, Josh Williams, and Haley Deegan ran at the top 15. I'll be honest, I'm also really happy in this race, actually. One thing I will mention is I think on lap 8, I'm pretty sure Park Retzlaff spun out in turn 1, and Sam got some damage, and so Sam had to retire. You might be wondering, isn't there supposed to be a video that should be showing what happened? I can't actually find a video of it, so sorry about that. But basically, all we know is that Parker Retzlaff spun out in turn 1. Sam Mayer, I'm pretty sure I think probably hit Retzlaff or going to the wall or something, and that caused him to retire. Sam Mayer's not having a good start of the year. He crashed out Daytona pretty early. I think he finished Atlanta like in somewhere in the top 10, and he crashed out here in Las Vegas. So not a really good start for the young junior motorsports driver, but hopefully soon his season will pick right up and he'll start winning races like he did last year. But we just have to wait and see. There was some strategy involved, especially at the very end. I'll be honest, I did watch like a bit of it. Because it started it started 9 AM, but I woke up a bit after that. So I watched a bit of it, but I couldn't really get to watch all of it, sadly. So I do apologize for it, but I think it was mainly mainly Nemechek and Chandler Smith. Both of them were like the class act of the field that were just dominating. I mean, you kind of see it, but Jonathan Nemechek led 99 laps, and Chandler Smith led 74 laps. And the next highest one, I'm pretty sure, was Brandon Jones, who led Justin Allgaier, who led 11 laps. So, I mean, the Toyotas were absolutely dominant in this race, so not really surprising there. But unlucky there as well for Chandler Smith, who was mainly second place, or even the best car in the field, and he finished down in third place, so only just behind Custer and Nemechek, like I mentioned beforehand. So pretty unlucky there. But that also means that Austin Hill is still the only Xfinity Series driver who's actually competing for points, who is currently in the playoffs. Chandler Smith would have obviously made it in if he won this race, sadly. But that's all we really know about this race. It wasn't that bad of a race. It was pretty entertaining. It was better than Bahrain, I'll say. Other finishes outside of the top 15, the rookies Jesse Love and Leland Honeyman over 17th and 18th. Shout out to Ryan Ellis, who did an incredible save at turn 4. That was great to see. Who else? Sheldon Creed. Where the hell was Sheldon Creed in this race? Finished down in 26th place, while his JGR teammates were basically in the top 15. Where was Sheldon Creed? What the hell was he? Anyway, Dawson Cram, also another rookie, finished down in 34th. Parker Retzlaff had a fuel pump issue. Pretty sure he stalled on like the end of pit road or something, which caused a caution. Sage Karam joined for Jordan Anderson race, and he retired because of transmission issues. Shane Van Gisbergen, who was struggling, I'll be honest, throughout this whole race, had engine problems, so he had to retire the car. And down in last place, Sam Mayer, like I mentioned beforehand, crashed when Parker Westphal spun out in turn 1. So let's now have a look now at the Cup Series results. And the winner of the NASCAR Cup Series Las Vegas race for the running of the Pennsylvania 400 is Kyle Larson. Then we have Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, Ty Gibbs, Noah Gragson, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, William Byron, Daniel Byron ran out of the top 10. Then Suarez and Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, Eric Jones, and Carson Hocevar ran out of the top 15. Now, let's look at two things. First off, let's talk about Chris Buescher, because his crew chief is probably going to have a bit of an off day, or I should say off week, because his tire fell off coming into turn 2. Seeing the replay here, he was already slowing down a bit, and part of the tire was falling off, and it's the carcass of the actual tire. So yeah, that's not really a good sign considering that it wasn't secured properly. So that's not a good sign there for RFK Racing and Chris Buescher. And there he goes, hitting the outside wall pretty hard actually. So Buescher, his day was done after that whole ordeal, so that's been unlucky there for Buescher, considering that he has not had a good start to the season. And then we have Christopher Bell. Now I don't have any footage of it because NASCAR is quite stupid of how they do the highlights and stuff. Basically, Christopher Bell, I'm pretty sure he spun out once. I think it was like in the top 10 at some point. Then he just spun out. Then all this whole stuff. This is also the same driver that came second place last time we were here last year for the playoffs at Las Vegas, behind Kyle Larson. So he had a shocking day, Christopher Bell had. While his JGR teammates like Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Ty Gibbs, they all finished in top 10. Hell, Ty Gibbs finished in 5th place in the top 5. So the Toyotas are really good, considering that Reddick was basically playing second fiddle every single time, because Kyle Larson was just dominating, led 181 laps. Tyler Reddick was just playing second fiddle to Larson. So it was a great race, good race from what I've seen from other people saying that it was a great race, because I didn't get to watch it sadly. I apologize for that because of time zones, so apologies. But it was a good race from what everyone has been saying, so that's always a good sign. And yes, I guess this is also the first real track, because I mean there's Daytona and Atlanta, which are just dropped-in tracks, and then this is actually just basically just a half a mile, so it's actually pretty good there. So that's a good sign. Could Larson be a championship contender? Most likely, considering that he dominated here in Las Vegas, and we'll see how he goes on Phoenix, because that's a kind of a bit of an early assessment of how they could go on Phoenix coming to November, but we just have to wait to see how that works. But either way, good results there from Larson. Noah Gragson as well from Short House Racing. That's a phenomenal start, considering that he was like -6 points coming into this race because of a penalty with roof rails, along with his other teammate Ryan Preece. So both of them were in a bit of a hole. But Gragson getting those 44 points is pretty useful. Actually, sorry, 31 points I should say. I was looking at Truex. 31 points for Gragson. That's obviously a good start for him. And Carson Hocevar, the top rookie as well, getting up to 15th place, which is pretty good. And Spy Motorsports was also pretty competitive as well. And William Byron, shout out to him for having a bag somehow in the front of his car. So that's something to look out for. Other finishes now outside of the top 15. Josh Berry, the other rookie, down in 20th. Kaz Gralla, who is competing for Rookie of the Year, finished down at 31st. Danny Smith finished down at 36th. He was also running there. Christopher Bell, like I said, he had a horrendous day. JJ Yaley, running in the only open car for N1 Racing Team, he finished down in 34th. And then last place was Chris Buescher, the only retirement after his tire failure. So let's now have a look now at the Truck Series standings. So here are the standings now for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Tyler Ankrum is still in the lead, only by 5 points behind Ty Majeski, then Corey Heim, Roger Carruth, Nicholas Sanchez, Taylor Gray, Matt Crafton, Brent Holmes, Christian Atkins, and Grant Enfinger ran out of the top 10. Then Daniel Dye and Stuart Friesen in 11th and 12th. Only 2 drivers have locked themselves into the playoffs, that being Nick Sanchez after his win in Daytona, and the most recent winner, Roger Carruth, at Las Vegas. So let's now have a look now at the Xfinity Series standings. So here are the standings after the Las Vegas race for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Austin Hill is still in the lead only by 22 points over Chandler Smith. Then we got Riley Herbst, AJ Allmendinger, Cole Custer, Sheldon Creed, Jesse Love, Justin Allgaier, Sammy Smith, and Brandon Jones ran out of the top 10. Now Parker Klickman and Anthony Alfredo in 11th and 12th. As of right now as well, still Austin Hill is the only driver to lock himself into the playoffs after his first 2 wins at Daytona and Atlanta. So let's now have a look now at the Cup Series standings. So this is what the NASCAR Cup Series standings now looks like after Atlanta. Kyle Larson now takes over the lead only by 8 points over our last year's champion Ryan Blaney. Then Martin Truex Jr., William Byron, Ross Chastain, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez, Ty Gibbs, and Denny Hamlin ran out of the top 10. Then Austin Cindric and Tyler Reddick in 11th and 12th. 3 drivers have locked themselves into the playoffs. That be William Byron from Daytona, Daniel Suarez from Atlanta, and most recently now from Las Vegas, Kyle Larson. All those 3 drivers have locked themselves into the playoffs with their wins. Everyone else is still looking for a playoff spot. So just a reminder that next week's scheduled race is at Phoenix for the NASCAR Cup and the Xfinity Series as well, including the ARCA 1R Series. The Truck Series will be with the Cup Series over at Bristol after this race. So now I'd like you now guys to like, comment, and subscribe. It will really help me, especially on this channel. Really excited to see how Phoenix goes, considering that this is literally the final race of the season. So we'll see how everyone goes and if we're gonna have a surprising winner. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.
You